So finally, the last chapter in my 4-part series, that is the 21 secret UAE job hunt strategies that no one wants you to know. These are the pointers, tips, and tricks, including the loopholes that I've shared with my clients. The only reason I'm giving it for free is there are a lot of people who can't afford my services, or there are people who just simply don't want to spend money, which I totally understand. I just want to give this to you guys so it helps you. And yes, it makes me feel good knowing that someone was able to benefit from the knowledge that I have, because what is the use of having all this if I can't share it? So if you have any questions, comment down below. And for those of you who are not aware, part 1, 2, 3, the links are put down in the description and in the pinned comments. So I hope these series helps you. And if you have any questions, comment down below and I would definitely look at them and maybe create another video or answer it for you. Having said that, let's quickly move on to point 16 onwards, and I hope to complete all of them in this final video. Point number 16, you want to get a job, you want business people to meet you, you want decision makers to want to entertain you, then you need to answer 2 questions, very simple ones. Number 1 is, how do you address his pain points? And number 2 is, can you help him generate revenue more than what he's earning, or 10 times than what he's paying you? If you can answer these 2 questions very specifically and do it, not just talk about it, do it and show it and prove it, I can challenge you. There's no one in the world who's going to say no to you. Like, just imagine you go to someone and tell him, Mr. So-and-so, or I come to you and I tell you, I can help you generate 10 times more the income than what you're getting right now. You'll be like, 10 times more, how? Like, at least that curiosity is there. At least that question is created, like, how, Or let's say I go to someone who is an employee and I say, listen, man, I think I can help you get a well-paying job, guaranteed, much more than what you're getting, at least double the salary for the same amount of hours that you're working. Same position. Are you interested? There is not a single human being on this planet who's going to say, no, I don't care. I don't want to get more salary. Everybody wants more money, especially businessmen. And when you're talking of CEOs, they're looking at the bottom line. So if you tell someone, so whatever salary you'll be giving me, I'll be generating 10 times more. So they would definitely, okay, I'm all ears. Go ahead. Tell me. You got 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever. But over there, just know that you have a small window of opportunity. You must give a specific, measurable, time-bound, result-oriented answer. Don't give bullshit. Don't try to, pull a fast one. People are not dumb. And the question is, hey, but how can I get an appointment? Hey, but how can I can't talk to an owner like this. I made a separate video on that. I don't know which one is it. I have 9,000 videos. But if you'd like to know how you can meet up with a CEO or how you can talk to them, put down in the comment section so that I know, okay, if there's a sizable audience, yes, I will make a video. But do comment, okay? It helps me, it helps both of us communicate with each other. So that's point number 16. Point number 17 is, this is one of my core secrets of success. I have been a person who's shameless in asking people, whether it's asking questions, whether it's asking for help, whether it is asking for opportunities. I've been very shameless. Like, for example, how did I get such a thick skin is because I used to ask girls on a date and girls used to reject me. I'm not talking of chatting, hey, would you like to meet, or, the social media. Face to face, I would go to a girl and I would ask her out. And if she would reject me, fine. But there is an art form in asking. It's not like, sir, please give me a job. Please, sir, please, sir, give me a job. Sir, please give me an opportunity. That is bloody begging. That is classless, tasteless, and people don't like it. I got today one email. Senior guy, senior position, maybe his salary is not good. Please, sir, he's literally begging me in the cover letter. Begging, please, sir, I really want a job. I'm a good person, sir. I have to take care of my family. Sir, the salary is not enough, sir. Please, sir. That is tasteless. That's not the art form of asking. Asking is, it's not like you go to a girl, hey, you want to have sex? Yeah, that is asking. But then don't be surprised if you get a slap. Okay. You can go to a country where it's totally liberal. And if you're a hot hunk and you're asking a very obese or ugly looking female, most probably she'll say yes. But you're talking of the corporate world. You're talking of an educated person. You're talking of an accomplished person. You need to have some class. Now, obviously, you can't go, hey, hi, how are you? I would like an opportunity. No, it doesn't work that. is an art form in asking. And how I'll tell you how I used to ask. Ask to always gauge the person. I would always ask people who know the person. I would try to bump into the person at a common seminar or event, and I would study the person. You can't just go to a random person. Yes, if it's an opportunity of a lifetime, let's say you meet someone in the elevator, like they say, the elevator pitch, and you have like from ground floor to 10th floor, you have these few seconds. That is an elevator pitch, 30 seconds. Over there, I made, again, a separate video, but you need to get to the point. Always remember, guys who are big money earners, guys who are decision makers, they don't have time to bullshit. And you can be rest assured that you're not the only one who has asked them. There are people nowadays, at least, there's LinkedIn, Facebook, chat. Literally everyone is asking, please, sir, please, sir, please, sir. They're asking at that person's expense, and they don't like it. So what I suggest for you is record yourself on a video and give yourself a 30-second speech. Just say, sir, this is what I would like to propose. This is what I would like to offer you. How can I get in touch with you to share these ideas? So that is the way he'll be like, what ideas? What do you want to talk about? How can you get in touch with me? So he'll say, send it to my secretary or send it to my, colleague or whatever. So that is an art form of asking where you get to the point. When people get in touch with me and they ask me, sir, please, sir, help me, or they say, Mr. Loy, I would like your, services, or I would like some information. I prefer people getting to the point. I do not like when, hi, HAI, or hi, HI, how are you, Loy? Your videos are great. Yeah, that's a compliment. Your videos are great. Love watching your content. Thank you, I say. And then they get to the point. I just wanted to ask you for one thing. Yeah, go ahead and ask. Okay. And then finally they say, so you can either follow the strategy of first giving the person a compliment and then saying what you want to say. But I can assure you this much. We are all used to having people compliment us for something and then put in their request. The very reason people get in touch with decision makers or people with influence or power is for a favor. But don't make it sound only that you're asking for a favor. Let them know what is in it for them. So coming to this point of asking, write down your request, what you're going to say, make that script better, memorize it, and then practice it. And when you see the video, review it and ask yourself, is this right? Me, I always take the approach of being humble when I have to ask someone. And I say, I give them the respect because I'm going to them, Mr. So-and-so, greetings, sir. I just wanted to ask you a question and I just need your guidance on this matter. And immediately put down your request, make sure it's crisp and direct. That's where it goes. So whether you're looking for opportunities or whether you're looking for anything new, that's it. But if you don't develop a relationship first, if you're not introduced to that person or there is no one who knows you and knows that person, a common friend, generally people will give you a direct answer. Just they will say no. And when they say no, you have shut down the door. So make it a point that you take a little bit of effort before approaching the person. So the person, because if the person says no, it's finished. I've had these experiences where people have said no, but what I found out, it is so magical when you find someone who knows them and then you say, sir, I just wanted you to know that, say, Radha, who's a common friend of yours, I know her and she asked me to get in touch with you. Trust me, when someone comes to me and tells me your client or your cousin or your friend asked me to get in touch with you and he's someone who I know, I always give them a little extra attention and extra time. So do a little bit of work here and make sure that you ask people shamelessly. But if that is not there and you don't have any other option, you just have to ask. Better to ask than not to ask. But remember, if you don't take any effort or put in any effort in your asking, the easiest way for them to say no to you is, no, I'm sorry, finished. And you may not get a second chance. So shamelessly keep asking, but be prepared when asked. Number 18, very, very important, very thought-provoking, very controversial is, in your current state, in your life right now, how many people are offering you opportunities? How many people who you're keeping in touch with in terms of relationship? How many groups that you're part of? Are they offering you any benefit in terms of growth, in terms of opportunities, in terms of becoming a better person, in terms of, giving you something worthwhile? Because if you have a group of friends, if you have a group that you hang out with, or a group or a club or a professional organization you go, and there's no benefit coming to you, then you must change that group. You must say goodbye to those group of friends because it's not worth it. See, I'll give you a simple example. I have this client who approached me for he wanted to get a bigger salary, and he had paid me a large sum of money for my mentoring for I think it was for 6 months, and he wanted to completely rebrand himself. And yes, the main thing was get a better job. So I told him, if you want 100% of my commitment, this is X amount of money which you'll have to pay. So he thought twice and finally said, okay, I'll take a risk. I don't know, maybe you can be a fraud, but yeah, I'll give it a gamble. We worked very hard and he was very happy about it. And then he extended it to 1 year because though there was improvement, the results didn't come. Finally, when I started to dig into like his habits, where he was hanging out, who were his friends, initially he just told me, I don't have time for friends. And he gave me that kind of response. But when I really dug into it, when he got close to me, because, 6 months period, he gave me the names of the people who were a big influence in his life and whom he used to hang out after office hours. And when I asked him their profiles, I told him, boss, you're here. These guys are up here. They are earning half the salary you're earning. They are hanging around in joints, watching, movies and wasting time. They have never gone for a self-improvement program. They are not ambitious in life. They just want to be with their kids and their wife. And he showed me their photographs and their profile. I said, you're wasting a life. And he didn't understand until I told him, if I were to put you in a circle of CEOs and directors versus you being with them, if you spend 6 months with the CEOs and directors versus 6 months with them, which one do you think you're going to grow? And he said, oh, by default, obviously the CEOs. So I said, then why the hell are you hanging out with them? And he said, no, but these are friends from my childhood. And I told him, listen, you want my mentoring to work. You paid me money, big money. Then you better follow what I say without question. I'm not saying you hurt them. I'm not saying you disrespect them. Just don't give time for them anymore. Focus on making new contacts and connections. And he took my advice to heart. He worked on it, I think, in 3 to 4 months of constant. He was obsessed. Getting new contacts, connections, all that. He really started to change the way he looked at things. He went to restaurants he never visited. He tried golf. He tried, all kind of new avenues. He even went for CEO's training because one of his new contacts invited him there. And very soon that opened up a lot of new opportunities. So, and I'll tell you, today he's no longer in touch with those guys because those guys are in the same position, earning the same income, being in their comfort zone, wife and kids, and and he's not. They were hurt that he eventually ignored them, but he said, "I had to do this if I have to climb up further in life." So respect your time, respect your brand, respect yourself, because you can either focus that time, effort, and attention on yourself, your career, your path to greatness, or achieving your goals. All those people choose one. You can't have both. Then 3 more points. This one you may not like to hear, and people don't like it. But whenever a client or customer comes to me, they'll always blame their colleague, they'll blame their boss, they'll blame, the economy, they'll blame racism, they'll blame sexism, they'll blame the rules of the country. And many a times after listening to all this, which is very cliche, I've heard it so many times, I tell them, maybe they are not the problem. Maybe you are the problem, you yourself. And they begin to wonder like how or why. And I tell them, work with me and I'll give you the exact reasons why. And over the period of time, because it takes time to know someone, when I expose to them what their drawbacks are, they get, oh, sheesh, I didn't look at it that way. Like I'll give you some simple ones. The person's communication sucks. The interview skills are horrible. The resume is bad. They think that they said the right thing or did the right thing when dealing with an issue in the office. Or they think they are, on the right when there is an argument, let's say, in the family. So when I give them a different angle, and I tell them, see, listen, you're my client. I have my best interest for you. I'm your well-wisher. So don't take it personal, but this is what it is. Sometimes even I have to tell people, like female clients, you look fucking ugly. I said, the guy dumped you because you're useless and you have nothing to offer. And they take it they're like, what? But someone has to tell you the truth. If you're ugly, you're ugly. If you're fat, you're fat. If you're a failure or you're boring or you're irritating, someone has to tell you. There was one client who had all the skills, everything, but he wondered why he was not getting the opportunity. And I said, we'll have to work for some time together for me to figure it out. And it was through these video calls, I immediately found out. He had this habit of being very, very gay and, oh, Don't. He used to have this very gay nuances. Now, there's nothing wrong in being gay, but the thing about him was he was not gay. He had a very pansy way of doing things. Like, hey, come on, man! Like, the movement of the hand. I told him, boss, if this is how you behave, people will gossip and bitch about you behind your back, and you'll never know. And I'll tell you, all this definitely matters, because hiring, giving someone a promotion, and your perception is all an emotional decision. And if people don't respect you, they will not give you the opportunity. That is why if you see leaders like Putin, do you see Putin? Do you see Putin acting like a pansy or girl? Like, why does Donald Trump act rough and tough and rude? You need to be alpha. I'm not saying put on, hey, come on, be like macho. No, but there should be a certain decorum. There should be a certain, essence where people feel this guy is like, wow. Like David Goggins. Like, you'll never see David Goggins say, oh, come on, he. And, there are people who even had habits of scratching different parts of their body, fingering their nose, cleaning their ears. All these mannerisms matter. So I just give you one example. There are many more, whether it's your communication skills, whether it's your leadership skills, whether it's how you sell yourself. But sometimes the problem is you. And for you to find that out, there's only one way. And that one way is point number 20. That is, get yourself a mentor, get yourself a professional coach, get yourself someone who will have skin in the game, who has your best interest in mind. There is no Olympic champion. There is no CEO in this world. There is no family business where the child reached or took the helm of the company without mentoring. Either they bought in outside coaches, or the family member or someone senior trained them. Like, for example, Queen Elizabeth or any member of the royal family. You think they got that royal behavior, the way to walk, the way to act in front of dignitaries, the language, the style, the kind of like, nose up in the air attitude. You think they got all this by just looking at YouTube, TikTok, or their friends talking? No, they were put through vigorous training, like even to eat with a fork and knife. It is not they eat like this. They were taught how to eat by some coach or mentor. So get yourself a professional coach and mentor. Invest in yourself. You're doing this for you, nobody else. But the only caution that I give you here is be careful who you're going to, because I've put videos of this before. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches, mentors, guides. And sad to say, it's nearly sometimes 80% where they're just full of hype, hot air. Some of them have good intentions, but they're not good coaches. They know how to sell themselves. They hype it, but they're not worth it. And do not go for anyone online who says, I was, zero and now I'm earning 7-figure income and I was sleeping on the couch and today I have a Lamborghini and girls and private jet. That's all bullshit. Sign up here and you'll get my 3 free videos or my free training course. There's nothing free. Okay. If someone values and respects themselves, they will never give you free. It's like expecting to go to a 3-star Michelin restaurant or a 5-star hotel and expecting that to be given to you for free. Are you mad? So if anything good and worthwhile in life costs money, even a good mentor will cost you money. Otherwise, if you don't want to spend money, then hope you get some content like this that can help you. But remember, it will not be customized to you, your personality, your problems, and your lifestyle. And this is point number 21. This is extremely critical, whether you like it or not, and nobody likes this. It's a necessary evil, and that is office politics. I've seen people get their careers destroyed, get their opportunities destroyed. Even me, myself, I was part of an organization where, I'll be honest with you, I was an asshole over there. So they ganged up against me in an organization where I had contributed so much. It was not a work, it was non-profit. And I'll give you the name. It was Toastmasters, where I was more like a legend, but I was an asshole, total asshole. I had so much of my ego because I was winning all prizes. I was literally everywhere. Everyone used to talk about me. But my problem was I was a pain in the ass. I was egoistic. But what I didn't know is I was alone. I didn't have many people supporting me. So people who love politics, Tamilians, Keralites, that group of people, and I'm not bad-mouthing them. I'm just telling you the fact. They ganged up together and they made sure they made my life miserable. Every competition I would take part in, they would gang up together to make sure I would lose it, even though I was a clear winner. And they kept going on, even though everyone knew that the competition was rigged, where I would work for, maybe 1 year just for one competition where some others would never even bother to work. They would let others win except me. And why people kept quiet is because I was a pain in the ass. But it was because they managed to gang up and make my life so miserable. I finally got fed up and left. They would never give me opportunities. They would never give me any recognition, respect. So I made a mistake, but I got all the people who hate me get united and use politics to get rid of me. Now, I'm being honest here, and I told you my flaws. So even in office, there are gangs, not gangs, there are groups. In a department, there'll be 2, 3 people together, or inter-department, they'll have maybe Indians together, or whites together, or Muslims together, Hindus together, or people with common interest and goals. And if you are not in the right group, then you will be, they will not allow you to grow. Like, for example, if they have the major decision, influence in the decision, and they don't like you, they'll make sure that you will not be given that opportunity. So now, obviously, you'll ask, what is the solution? I made videos. You can type in the search box, Loy Machedo, office politics. But here's a simple but very difficult tip. If you can't manage office politics, don't get into it. Mind your own business. Come there to work, go back home. Someone comes to talk to you, whisper like a bird in your ears. Hey, she did this, she did that. Just tell them, hey, just don't mind. I have to complete this work. I'll talk to you a little later. Yeah. And if someone does forcefully come and want you to listen, but it should die off with you. I know a couple of people who are very successful, but they are very rare. They've never gotten into office politics. They've stayed out of it, and they've kept a very clear image. And sometimes they have to put their foot down and say, I'm sorry, but I don't want to get involved in this. So that's a tough route. You'll be left alone, but at least no one can speak bad about you. They'll be like, that person is in their own world. So either you take that route, but if you don't have the self-control, don't have the character, and you have to react, have to get part of some group, choose that group carefully. Don't go with, because I like those people. Yeah, you can like those people, but they can be a liability for you. Like, you might join a group of people who always praise you, who gossip with you, who are like the low rung of the ladder, people who just complain, moan and groan, and who are fun to be with. But if the management doesn't like that entire group and you have associated yourself with the group, finish. What I have to do is, because I like the groups, I would always choose the upper management, that is the C plus group. It was not easy to get there, but I managed to somehow figure out someone. And the best person to associate with is the CEO of the company, the owner of the company. If you have that person who you hang out with, who you spend time with, or who you talk to, or who you confide in, and that person, high up there may not be your best friend, but if he feels you're a genuine person, your life, your career is safe. You'll never have any problem of anyone attacking you, and they'll always be there for you. So yeah, point number 21 is office politics. Finally, if I were to give you one bonus point, I would just tell you this. This is the final point. You need to be realistic. It is good to be optimistic. Yeah, I want to achieve. I want to be a CEO. I want to earn $10,000, $50,000 per month. People are earning. But it's like, getting naked and taking a photograph of yourself and just evaluating. Look at yourself. Don't do that in your phone, especially if it's connected to the internet. But look at yourself naked in the mirror and evaluate yourself. Who am I? How do I look? You have the personality. You have to be your own biggest critic. And you have to evaluate yourself. Where am I? This is my salary today. This is what I'm earning. This is how many people have offered me job opportunities. This is where my life is. And ask yourself, how can I move to the next level? And if everything you have tried does not work, that means your strategy, you and everything that you've done is wrong. If you have to change all that, you have to change everything from your eating habits, sleeping habits, talking habits, friendships, relationships. Remember, I always tell my client, it's not one thing you have to change. You have to change everything, because only when you change everything and you take drastic measure and you burn your bridges and don't go back. When your back is against the wall now, you will achieve excellence. You will achieve results. You will achieve your goal only if you have that ironclad obsession and you change everything and you're hard on yourself. Otherwise, others is just wishful thinking. Oh, I wish I lose weight. Oh, I wish I get a good man. Oh, I wish I get a good job. It'll always be, oh, I wish. So I hope these pointers helped you. Do go through all these videos, save them in, YouTube has watch later. You can save them there. And I genuinely hope you achieve your dreams or your goals, whatever that you have. Feel free to drop in a line or ask me a question. And if you want more videos like this, comment down below. Maybe I'll make another series. And I genuinely hope it helps you and you rise to the top and achieve your dreams. Having said that, you guys take care. This is me signing.